Are you a university graduate? Can you just allow me show you how to turn your knowledge to cash? Yes, 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 yes. I know you know so much. You spend so much to accumulate so much knowledge, but I can show you how to make additional money by marking international exams. No matter how much money you are currently making, more money will not look bad on you. If you are in teaching industry, you are in any industry at all, not even in teaching industry, I want to show you how to make money by marking international exams. Specifically, I am majoring on IGCSE, which is International General Certificate of Secondary Education in this video. And of course, there are other options which I will be showing you even as we proceed. But why am I focusing more on IGCSE? This is an exam that is written in more than 160 countries and they have more than 70 subjects. Like, seriously? So there is no subject that or course that you did in the university that you cannot, be able to mark. And listen, before I go too far or I go further, by marking in the IGCSE, you can make like 1 to 10 million naira. Wait, 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 wait. Before you begin to say they have started again, please, can you just stay till the end of this video? All right. So, my name is Simeon Adipe Oko. So, I will be showing you how to apply for marking international exams in this free video, how you will in that process turn your knowledge to cash, how you can get involved in digital marketing. All right, so why did I say you can make up to 10 million naira and even more than that in a exam marking? All right, each subject attract 1 to 10 pounds per paper. All right, and you can be asked to mark 100 script, 100, 500 script, 1,000 script. So it is yours to sit down to calculate how many script am I marking, and then how at what rate am I marking each paper. And so the mathematics is left to you to do. All right, it is open to all graduates in teaching industry, in non-teaching industry. All I just need you to do is stick with me, and I'm going to be showing you how you are going to earn in pounds and get paid in your local currency. Maybe you are in Nigeria or in any part of the world at all. This is a source of income that anybody can make use of. All right, and I will show you how. So I've done a brief introduction about myself. Next, I will be talking about how digital marking of exams work, then examples of exams that can be marked online, then the payment by international exam bodies. Of course, that is where I'm going to be showing how come the people make money in millions of naira. All right. So please and please, my primary audience here may be in Nigeria. That's why I'm using naira. Of course, we'll be talking about in pounds and in other currencies as we get along. Then how do you get on board? Okay. Now, what is this digital marking all about? Now look at this paper here. This is a typical paper written or a scanned paper as a response from a particular student. So when we are talking about digital marking here, it is not an exam that is written online. What exams that are written online that um, are most common are usually OBJ kinds of questions, right? But I'm not talking about those kinds of exam. If it is OBJ exam, it is very easy to mark. All you need to do is let's have an algorithm that will match the response, the choice, the A, the B, or the C that the student chooses with the um with the answers that the chief examiner will have chosen. Okay, but I'm not talking about that. If you look at the scan paper that is on this page here, you will see that it is a handwritten paper. All right. So we're talking about exams that are written using paper and pen. They are scanned, stored onto a database, and it is from that database you will be able to mark it. So we make use of a software known as RM Assessor. If you have been marking maybe immigration exam, IELTS, SAT, and all of that, you might have been familiar with that software. It is a web-based software. All right, web-based means that you don't need to download it to your phone or download it to your laptop. All you need to do is use the link to that software. You access it, and then you'll be able to mark from there. So we make use of what we call annotations. For example, this is a notation for saying that a particular mark is correct, while the X annotation here means the mark is wrong or the response is wrong. Then once you have given the mark, you can award, is it 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 marks to that student. Okay, so you pick your annotation, make use of it on the paper, and then you give how many marks does the student deserve. All right. So online marking is also known as e-marking or on-screen marking. Is a digital approach to grading and evaluating student assignment, test, and assessment or exams. So instead of the traditional pen and paper grading, educators and examiners employ digital platforms and tools to streamline the assessment process. So one of the such a digital platform is that RM assessor that I made mention of. All right, if you are in Africa, you've marked WAEC, NECO, or similar exam, the pattern we are employing here is very similar to that. And of course, when we are talking about some of these exam that are conducted by all these examination bodies, you will agree with me that this the the method we currently use in a place such as Nigeria as the types of method that were we inherited from the colonial masters that came to our land long ago. Now the difference here with digital marketing is that while they have gone ahead to integrate technology, it seems some of us are still dragging by using the only paper and pen kind of approach. So I'm showing you in this video how to make use of this digital platform to mark and make good money by doing this kind of a task from the comfort of your home. This is something that so many people have done, and they have been able to retire young from their you know, 6 to 9 job, all right, by establishing businesses from the funds gotten from this um, marking exercise. So even when the exams are written with paper and pen, some software have been developed which makes it possible to scan the student responses and examiners can mark them digitally. So in this process, we are talking about the exam such as English language. You will need to compose essay, you need to write letter, you need to do summary writing, all right. Or in mathematics, you solve problem using different approaches, different methodologies. In sciences, you code laws, you solve problems using different steps and methods. These kinds of problems or solutions cannot be easily marked using a computer. So we need real humans. All right. If it is OBJ or fill in the gap kind of questions now, it is easy to you have software to mark such. But when you are coming talking about, look at, for example, this kind of a chart flow now, there may be different approaches to drawing this. All right. So such needs a human to check, and that is where you and I come in. Okay. Uh, Now, how does digital marketing work? Let's watch this video for how it works.
Online marking, also known as e-marking, is used on more than 66% of all GCSE and A-level exams in the UK. All kinds of exams can be marked online, from multiple choice questions to essay-based papers and computer-based tests. For written exams, the online process begins as completed exam papers are collected and scanned into a secure data centre. This scanned version of the student's exam paper can then be downloaded by an examiner onto their own computer, where it is saved in an encrypted format, with each paper completely anonymous to the examiner. Online marking records all the details of an exam. Every page must be annotated by the examiner to demonstrate it has been seen. This means that e-marking guarantees every answer is captured and nothing is missed. The online system has a series of codes that the examiner uses to mark the exams and to give credit, where students demonstrate the required skills and knowledge. Marks are given with a mouse click, rather than the traditional examiner's red pen. As the examiner assesses the exam paper, marks from each question are also keyed into a marking column, which automatically calculates the final raw mark. This is not yet the final grade. The final grade is awarded according to the grade boundaries set by the exam board. And throughout the process, e-marking by every examiner can be monitored and checked by OCR, ensuring the mark scheme is applied accurately and consistently, time after time. Online marking brings together expert examiners and advanced marking technology to make sure students' hard work is rewarded with an efficient and reliable marking service, so students can have confidence they will get the results they deserve.
All right. So, in this process that we are talking about, all right. So in this system, we say that paper-based exams are scanned. That is, these exams are written using pen and paper. They are written maybe using pencil, drawing diagram, and all of that. And then um, they use scanners to scan the responses of students. Then it will be stored in a secured database. All right, this database is an internet based storage. All right, so it is from that secured database that examiners can download and mark. We use the word download not really because you are going to be downloading into your computer or your phone. All right, because you can use both phones and laptop, but laptop is much more convenient with experience. And please don't tell me because you don't have a laptop you cannot take advantage of this. I've seen people who started by not by borrowing a laptop. Imagine being asked to do a job that you are going to be paid 4 million naira. Will it be too hard for you to ask a colleague or somebody who has a laptop to borrow you one for like 2 weeks, and then when you are returning it, you have return it with a thank you? So that's just by the way, right? But the point here is that of course we have people that use phones as well. But what I'm saying is that you don't download it like maybe PDF or Word document to your phones or your system or picture document. But rather, what happened here is that in this method, you are going to when you mark in batches. You mark in batches. So once you are done with a particular set, let's say then you download it in twenties. That is using that RM accessor. You once you click on download, it will make the script available from this cloud storage to your own account on RM Assessor, and you can begin to grade each student's response one after the other. All right. So the process here is that after it has been stored in the database, chief examiners will prepare what we call a provisional mark guide, and then they are going to have a meeting with team leaders where they are going to be discussing what is acceptable or what is not acceptable. Sometimes they will also have some papers they will need to have meeting with not only team leaders but also all examiners. And don't worry, they are going to pay you very good amount of money, which we are going to talk about even for just attending this meeting. For some subjects, you don't attend meeting to discuss like using video this conversation, but rather what you will have is you will be using you'll be marking as part of your standardization, right? That is, they give you script to mark and to see for you to use it to practice before you start your live marking. Then, after the team leader and examiners have done their coordination or standardization and they've agreed, there will be a final mark guide that will be made available. It is that final mark guide or final mark scheme that everybody will be using to mark. So examiners can access the script from the secure database and start marking using annotations which you are going to learn. Don't worry, you are going to be going through training before you get started. So what are the benefits of online marking? Number one here is efficiency in digital marking. All right. So in this process, there is a lot of efficiency. Okay. Digital marketing enhances efficiency by automating various aspects. For example, you have choice to mark question by question. As we're marking one question, the question changes after after let's say you are marking for 20 students, right? And then you want to mark only question 1A round. Once you are done marking question 1A for candidate 1, the system will change it automatically to candidate 2. You still mark question 1A for candidate 2, then it changes to candidate 3 like that automatically. Okay. Also, it's whilst you are doing your marking, the system will be adding up the scores for you. So that will make sure that there is a lot of efficiency. Then accuracy in virtual marking, it minimizes the risk of human error. All right, there cannot be calculation um, ish mistakes because you are not the one adding up, all right, the total score. As you are awarding the mark, the system is adding it up for you. All right, then stuff like plagiarism detection tools enhance the fairness and integrity of assessment. Okay, of course, if you ask of my opinion, this method is highly recommended for all examination bodies because some of the malpractices we do hear about, like maybe people getting in touch with the maybe schools, they are marking their candidate script to maybe do some malpractice. It's not possible here because all the scripts that are being uploaded, they are being uploaded with code. So they are not using the candidate's name for you to or the candidate school name. They are using code to upload it. So your own is go mark and leave. In fact, there are some papers that two or three examiners may mark it together. So your own will be mark your option, your part, you leave, another person comes, mark his or her part. There's nothing like we're able to detect the candidate and we are trying to trace him on all of that. Everything is well coded. All right. Then that is not all of the benefit. Then there is fairness in marking, in paper checking and grading, right? So we say in this system, features such as anonymization of student work and randomization of marking orders help eliminate biases that can creep into traditional grading methods. This means you can't know the school or student's detail that you are marking. The system can randomly choose candidate that you can never trace. Okay. Uh, then there is, of course, flexibility in exam paper checking. Online or virtual marking can be conducted from anywhere with an internet connection, making it a convenient option for educators and markers spread across different locations. Okay, now what happened is this. This the exam IGCSE is written in more than 160 countries, right? But there is no limit to where you can mark from. So far, you have internet access and you are interested to undergo their training, which is of course free of charge. They are going to give you the opportunity to do what? To mark, grade their work. Okay, so what happened actually is that at a point in time, this exam, which is majorly controlled by Cambridge University, is being marked by physical examiners in the UK. But with this process of time, their influence started growing across the globe, and they saw that the inflow of candidates taking the exam every year is huge. For example, in Nigeria, before you talk about highbrow schools or some of the standard school, they are either purely IGCSE writing exams, or they combine IGCSE with one other exam such as WAEC and JAM. So that's just Nigeria as an example. In Nigeria, we can have up to millions of students registering every year. So um, so what happened here is that there is room for anybody to partake in marking from any part of the world. Okay, so all you need to do is what? Make yourself available to undergo their training, and of course, um, you need to have internet access. With that, you are good to go. That is why I'm able to invite you to make use of this opportunity. So, what are examples of exams that can be marked online? Okay, in Nigeria, we all know JAMB for conducting online exams, that the system grade and give results instantly, right? This is the easiest to conduct online exam because it is objective based. In fact, if you need a website that for conducting such exams, I can help you design it and launch it within 24 hours. Yes, I'm presenting this opportunity to you. I'm a website designer, and I can tell you for sure that objective based examinations are very easy to mark online. When they are written online, marked online, all you need to do is match algorithm, or put an algorithm that matches the response of student to the choices of the chief examiner. Okay, but um, they are not the only exams that are being written online. All right, some exams that also have fill in the gap kind of questions whose answer can only be from a set of words or phrase can easily be done following such pattern, right? So the marking of those kind of paper is automatic, all right? But when it comes to theory questions where different candidates can give different answers, there is a need for a human involvement. All right. This is where scanning for virtual marking comes in. So we are talking about a situation whereby we are involving real human in the online marking process. Okay. So like I said, for this IGCSE version I'm teaching here is conducted majorly by Cambridge University. Huh? Their department known as Cambridge International Examinations conduct this exam. Okay, and why am I showing you about IGCSE? It's not like there is anything new about them, but what happened is that this is a model of making money that so many people have been using for years. But the challenge has been number one, it's been majorly educators that have been taking advantage of that. And some of the people taking advantage, they don't, some of them don't have the digital marketing flair, or they are not able to put step by step guide in place that can guide a novice to how to get approval how to get started. So, and my observation shows that despite the fact that this exam is written in more than 160 countries, they have more than 70 subjects. They also, of course, have so many varieties of the exam. Okay, so let me quickly explain that. They have the primary checkpoint. That's like common entrance for student pupils from primary six or grade six. All right, going to JS1 or grade seven, right? Then they also have what they call the junior checkpoint. Junior checkpoint is for JSS 3 or grade 9 students. All right. So these two exams are written, that's checkpoint. Checkpoint primaries, checkpoint junior is written twice in a year. They have the May June version, and then they have the November December, I mean October November version. Okay, but apart from that, they also have the IGCSE secondary version, right? That's the major version of it, the most popular version of it. This one is written three times in a year. There's March variant, May June variant, then November December variant. So you these are the different variants. And a person can be invited to mark in, maybe you have invitation to mark primary checkpoint or secondary checkpoint, another invitation to mark the secondary IGCSE. Then there is another one, IGCSE A level, which is for post secondary school candidate. That one too is written twice in a year, May June variant, and then October, November variant. So there are so many options that you can fit in. You can be invited to mark any of these or combination of these. Don't worry, very soon I'll show you video testimony of people that mark two or three different subjects. For example, some people that mark two or three times in a year, okay, making around average of 10 million naira, 7 million naira, 8 million naira. In fact, some people 12 million naira from a single round of marking. Okay, but still talking about examples of exams that are conducted online, or their marking can be done using e-marking. WAEC, yes, they are one, they are number one, not because they have fully adopted it yet, but because their name is a household name among us here, those of us in Africa. Okay, so WAEC has not fully adopted e-marking, but some subjects they have been test running on already. And recently, I heard Nigerian government talking about how um, computer-based exams is, you know, redefining a lot of things concerning education in Nigeria, and they are, you know, of the opinion they would like WAEC, NECO, and other local examination bodies to follow suit. Okay, but currently some subjects such as Greek, financial accounting, commerce, computer science studies are being marked in WAEC using computer. All right. Then, of course, we have PSC. Okay. So they also have their own is GCSE. So they also have online marking. Then we have IGCSE, which is the one we are focusing on in this video. So they conduct this um, exam. I've explained the different varieties of the exam that we have. So I'll be moving to my next slide right away. Okay, but that's just to show you. Now, what are the rewards in marking IGCSE? I will talk about the reward under two subtopic: career development and advancement, and of course, financial reward. So, career development for someone who is a teacher watching this tutorial. Some of the benefits of marking IGCSE include, of course, number one is that it will enhance your understanding of the specification that is being examined. You don't major in minor things when it comes to the subject you teach any longer. So you will see that you'll be able to guide your student better. In fact, if you are in IGCSE teaching school, now some people will begin to ask, do I need IGCSE certification to start marking IGCSE? The answer is no, 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 no. Maybe they teach IGCSE in your school or not, maybe you are IGCSE certified or not, you can mark. Huh? So in um this but if you are in an IGCSE teaching school, for example, your guiding of student will be more effective if you are an examiner as well. You'll be surprised that so many things you accept or you have been teaching, or maybe just by down okay, what mistake some people make is they think by just downloading the mark scheme from the well online they can just get everything. No, 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 no. By marking you see so many things, because you are going to be collaborating with people from different part of the world, and so you'll be seeing different ideas, thoughts, that responses that students usually give, and maybe you used to mark them and they are not accepted. So you'll be able to have enough examples to show your student. Then keep up to date with your subject knowledge based on research. Some knowledge might have become obsolete, so you'll be able to guide your student better. Then you gain valuable insight into how assessment decisions are made. Okay, so you may be surprised that some of your usual answers are not acceptable by chief examiners and may need to be looked at again. Okay, so you will now be able to have maybe the example of screenshot to show your candidate and say, see what this student wrote. And look, although the page is filled, but out of 10 marks, it's only able to gain 2 marks. And then you'll be able to guide the student that, okay, it's because of this or that. So it helps your student to improve their exam mark, techniques. Okay. So you can also, in terms of career, you can climb higher ladder. All right, you can move from a assistant examiner to team leader to chief examiner. All right, and okay, there are also vacancies that can even help you to travel out of your local country. Okay, if you meet their terms and conditions. In fact, what you observe is that once you start applying, they will ask you certain information, and based on those information, they for some people they will just send certain vacancy that they are having, and your profile already matches their that vacancy, and they will ask you if you're interested to take up such a vacancy, maybe within the country or outside your local country. In fact, they will also ask you while applying, are you ready to travel? How far can you travel? And all of that. And so, and of course, when there is needs to travel and all of that, they will be responsible for the cost. Okay. Now, career development rewards. So let's watch this video. Okay, as you watch this video, you see different roles also in the video, and somebody's sharing her own testimony there. Then you see different opportunities like being assistant examiner, team leader, principal examiner, setters, people that set questions, item writers, reviser, vetters, moderators. So you can see there are so many options. Okay, let's watch this.
My assessment role that I undertake for Cambridge is that of an assistant examiner. The role of an assistant examiner entails receiving and marking papers and also preparing a report that goes to the principal examiner on observations that I've made about the candidates' responses throughout the examination process. My favourite part of the role of being an assistant examiner is the flexible working hours. It really helps me with my family life, and I'm able to work when I'm at my freshest, which helps the examination process immensely. I also enjoy reading other candidates' papers and finding out more about how they perceive themselves in the world. I applied for my role as an assistant examiner for 3 reasons. Firstly, it has flexible working hours, which allows me to work at my normal job as well as undertaking the role. It is a brilliant idea for career change and progression, and I've always been interested in doing examinations. And thirdly, the extra income is really useful. The role of an assistant examiner has helped me immensely in my day to day job. It has made me focus much more on language and how a written answer constructs meaning in a much deeper way. I find that I prepare my lessons with more of a linguistic focus, and I'm able to help my students prepare better answers through the examination process that I undertake with Cambridge. My advice for anyone who wants to become an assistant examiner is to go for it. Cambridge always has help available if you need it during the process. Not only that, I truly believe it will make you a better teacher.
Okay, okay. So you can hear from her um,
My
experience there.
assessment
All right. So before I look at this financial reward, before I look at the financial reward, uh, one thing I also like to draw your attention to about the is the flexibility when it comes to marking IGCSE. You can choose when to do your marking, all right, when it's convenient for you. Nobody's mounting pressure on you. Of course, during that period of marking, per subject is usually an average of 3 weeks. So you may, yeah, especially when you are combining it with another job, you may be under some pressure or may need to plan yourself well to be able to put out enough amount of time aside to be able to meet up. Okay, but there's nothing like there are risk like risk there is nothing like risk such as missing paper, or maybe some police, they are using police to chase after you because you are not meeting up your work, or they cannot find their script and all of that. There, the system is very safe. If for example they see that you are not meeting up with deadline, all they will do is to reassign the script to somebody else who will mark it. And in case you have such a challenge, there are ways to communicate with your team leaders so that you don't enter into a bad record. Because one good thing here is that once they have invited you to mark once, that slot belongs to you every year. So that's why if they give you like 2 or 3 slots in a year, every year you'll be getting those same slots until you say you are no longer interested. Or maybe they're sending you messages, but they're not getting response. So they may interpret it that maybe the person is dead or the person is just not more interested and all of stuff like that. So, but the moment they've invited you, it becomes your slot every year. Okay, we'll talk about more as we look at financial reward. Now, this is where both teaching and those in non-teaching line come in. Okay, so they pay in pounds, and when the pounds is converted into a currency such as naira, the amount could be as high as 5 million, 10 million, more or less, depending on the subject you mark, the number of scripts you are allotted, and your marking engagement. Okay, so in this place now we'll be showing um, two types of earnings. So if you're a team leader or chief examiner, there are more specific earnings, but as an examiner you have number one, non-subject based earnings, and of course subject based earnings. So we'll need to take a look at those two quickly. Mhm. Now, if you look at this left side here, there are two screenshots attached. One having a white background and the other one having a dark background. They are screenshot of two different subjects. Invitation to mark two different subjects. This is mathematics and probability and statistics. Okay, why this is biology alternative to practical. Okay, so you will see that there is something common among the two screenshots. All right, standardization meeting attendance, 21.50 pounds per paper. I mean, sorry, per hour. Okay, come to biology practical. You see also standardization meeting attendance with 1.5 pounds per hour. Okay, so this is subject non-subject based earning, where you can earn between 64.6 pound to 258 pounds. Now, this what is this standardization meeting we are talking about? This is the meeting you attend to discuss what is acceptable, what is not acceptable in that year's marking. So for some people, they will need to attend video conversation, all right, where you discuss back to back. Why for some people they will just give you some script to mark for your standardization and they will pay for it, both for practicing and for marking. Now what happened is that um, you can see here that they are paying what 21.5 pounds per hour. This is a meeting that can take like um 3 to 4 or 5 hours in a day, and you may need to run it sometimes 4 days or for a whole week. So you can now begin to calculate 21.5 per hour, maybe in four places, into how many days that the meeting is conducted. Now, this payment is available to all subjects, and that is not the only non-subject based earning. There's another one here, preparation and administration, which is 67.4 per component. Look at the same thing here. Okay, so that's preparation and administration. Okay, so more like inconvenience allowance. Now, so for non-subject based earnings, this can be between what 132 pounds to 325.4 pounds. Let's do math, convert it to naira. Let's assume 1 pound is 2,000 naira, and as at of when recording this video, it is actually more than that. Okay, so in naira, the amount you are going to earn outside the main marking is between 264,000 to 650,800 naira. So this amount is applicable to everyone that is invited to mark. So you just see that you have done standardization, or you are, and then you get a lot of 400,000, 500,000. 600,000. So this is why then you have not started the main marking. So you take that one first and cross your leg, maybe to get enough data, get enough juice, get enough whatever to aid you as you do your main marking. So this is why the payment runs in millions of naira. All right. They use the scale that they used to pay them in UK, United Kingdom, to pay no matter where you are marking from. And you know, this cost of living, the standard of living in the UK is far, far much higher than where in a place such as Nigeria. So you are working in a place such as Nigeria remotely, and you are being paid the same amount that they are paying them in UK. So you can see why the amount runs in high amount of money. So um, when you convert from pounds to naira, it is in high figures. And what happened is that the number of scripts you are being given year in year out increase as they see that you are becoming more standard, or much more an expert in your marking. They will increase the number of scripts, and then they consider inflation rate year in year out. So it's not like you started in year one now, in year three or year four, five, you are still earning the same amount per paper. No, 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 no. They will have increased how much they are paying you per paper in the process of time. So let's take two people as example, Emeka and Bola. Emeka has been marking since the last 5 years, and Emeka's fifth year is Bola's first year. Both of them were invited to mark the same subject. Huh? But because Emeka, in fact, maybe they are even given the same number of scripts, let's say 500. Emeka has been receiving increase Maybe he started with £4 per paper, but now he's now being paid like £6 per paper. Bola's first invitation is Emeka's fifth invitation. Dollar is likely to start from £4. So even though they are marking the same number of scripts, a maker will earn higher than Bola. That's why the moment you get invitation for marking a subject, do it with the whole of your heart. Give it all that it takes so that you will be repeatedly invited to mark that subject. Okay, so now we are talking about now subject-based earning. Subject-based earning. Now, if you look at these two screenshots, which were from a 2024 invitation, you will see that biology, okay, statistics is being paid £2.12 per paper, while biology practical is what £1.71 per paper. You see it here. How much they are paying you per paper, it will be written in your invitation. This is for the statistics. What now? This is for the biology. Okay, so what you will observe here is that the amount are not the same. Different subjects have different difficulty of marking. So look at English language here, £4.87 per script. Geography, £5.17 per script. Science is £2.70 per script. Global perspective is £10 per script. This is the most expensive for now. All right. Now, the above payment per paper can change at any time. They're not like fixed, but as out of when we're making this video, these are some of the amount they start paying you with. Okay. So, how much they will be paying you will actually be stated on your invitation later. Now, still on um, subjects based earning. Different subjects have different difficulties, all right, level. So the number of scripts you mark also vary from subject to subject. Also, the number of scripts you mark depends on you. If you finish your allocation in time, you can be given more if available. If you do not finish in time, it can be withdrawn and be given to another person. So you can see that you are the one that will determine how much you are going to earn. Your accuracy is also very important here. While there is a range of acceptable score per paper, the chief examiner has some marked script to check how much you deviate from his marking. If you are within acceptable range, you will keep accessing script. Otherwise, you will need to undergo more screening and more training or be asked to stop. So let me explain that every like you download in batches of 20, and every downloading you are doing has what they call seeding script. A seeding script is a script that has been marked by the chief examiner, but you will not know that it has been marked. It's among your 20 scripts, maybe two or three scripts. So they want to see what is the difference between your marking and the chief examiner's marking. So if it is within acceptable difference, maybe difference of 2 or 3 points, can there may not be much complaint, or they can simply ask you to remark or recheck. Okay. Um, but as you are becoming much more familiar, all right, the number of errors will reduce, and of course, the number of seeding script, of course, will also reduce. So but ultimately, there are different factors that determine how much you earn. What subject are you marking? How much are they paying in that subject? How many scripts are you being given? Then, are you able to finish it? Did they give you additional scripts? So these are the different factors that determine your payment. So how do you get paid? Okay. Some people have asked me, don't I need to open a PayPal account or pounds account, dollar account? No, 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 no. You don't need any of those. Okay. I'm supposed to attach a video here showing my dashboard, and you see that I'm using my local bank account, UBA, to collect payment. So although you are working and you are earning in pounds, but they'll be using your local account to send your fund to you. All right. And many of us have relatives in Canada, outside country, and all of that. That is, they don't spend your local currency over there, but they can send you money to your local currency. They are using pound, they are using dollar, they are using uh, whatever, eh? But they can send you, let's say, naira for those in Nigeria, or Ghana cedis for those in Ghana, and all of that. So it's the same technology they are using to pay you. So that's why once you've gotten an approval, they will ask you to upload your banking account. So what are the qualification for marking? Depending on the subject, the main requirements are being a graduate of that subject you like to mark, or in a related field. Okay, so that's why in this video course, the video length is already going beyond what I want it to be. So I won't lie to you. After this free video, there is a paid video that we use to guide people how to successfully apply, because the major problem people have been facing while applying is to be slammed rejection. So I'll be showing you how to get things right from the onset. I'll be showing, of course, you will see testimony, people coming to my platform within one month, 2 months, 3 months, they are getting the kind of result that it took some of us like 3, 4 years before we got them right. Okay, so in the course, I will teach how to customize your CV, your cover letter, and we'll give you template that you can just edit and it will fit. Usually, we teach how to make your CV and cover letter to fit in different subjects. Yes, there's a way to do it. Then, of course, teaching experience can be a plus, but it's not a compulsory. I have a number of people in my network who are not in the teaching industry, but have been invited to mark. Then, being a professional in a subject, for example, being a counselor, being a professional filmmaker, engineer, etc., can help you secure a slot. Okay, now, of course, talking about qualification, I've told you there are different varieties. So let's say, for example, somebody who is an engineering graduate, he may be able to mark mathematics in junior school or senior school, or can mark physics, can mark chemistry, can mark. So we teach how to do your application to position yourself well for different subjects like that. So apart from those qualifications, they expect you to have strong subject knowledge, but they also value professionalism, all right, through a positive attitude. For example, if you're having challenges, you need to be able to communicate efficiently with your team leader. If, for example, you not be able to finish in time or something come up, okay, so ability to contribute within a team, all right, sometimes in a virtual environment is very important. But sometimes they may need to call you for a physical meeting. If they need to call you for a physical meeting, you don't need to worry. They will be responsible for cost of transportation, even if you need to travel by air, and then your feeding, then your accommodation, they'll be responsible for all of those. So your ability to contribute within a team is very, very important. Then consideration of others through collaboration, flexibility, honesty, and supportiveness. Then respect for agreed deadline. So these are all different qualifications. If you have come thus far in this video, then you must be interested, and I need to onboard you on how to get started and how to get started. So basically, there are two ways to get started. We have the free method, which is also known as the suffer head method. This method guarantees 0 to 10% success rate. Okay, so this is where you'll be doing um, trial and error until you get it right, or you give up. Then the main problem I've seen with many people is they give up while trying, because it is well, there is technicality that help people to get it right as soon as possible. But as I said, the length of this video will not allow me to be able to go into all those details. Okay, so the suffer head method is where you are doing it by yourself. Actually, the person who introduced me to this exam, IGCSE marking, she gave up. She gave up, um, and it is because she was doing it on her own. Then what happened is that while all of those were happening, myself and a team of my friends were busy looking at how do we crack the system, how do we crack the system, and God helping me, I was able to get approval for 4 subjects. And also, oh, I saw that there are patterns common among those subjects that I got approval on and those subjects I got the rejection on. There were patterns among them. So the details of how to avoid the pitfall, how to go into all of this, get this right from the onset, is what the main what you will not get if you are using suffer head method. Eh? What happened is that along the line, as I started getting it right, I shared it, how to do it with some of my colleagues in my working place, and they were able to apply it, and they got the same kind of result I got. Okay. And in fact, right now I have people who have replicated my kind of result, even beating my result. Okay. So at the point I felt like, okay, I'm a website designer. Why not put this knowledge together in a way that anybody from any part of the world can go through it and make use of this opportunity to make money. So that's what leads to the paid method, which is known as the show me the way method. This method guarantees 30 to 80% success. Okay, so in this method, you're going to be riding on other people's sweat. All right, and in the free method, if the free method is what you like to use, I will still show you how to go about it. But just know that you are on your own. You are on your own. But if with this method, you should know that you will not have access to a comprehensive training program to guide you. There will be no access to mentorship, nobody to guide you with his or her experience. You are simply on your own, because it is assumed that what you know the skills of applying already. Okay, so if you want to use this method, just go to your browser, type IDCSA, register, start, click available opportunity, and search for subject and start applying. So far, I believe I've not wasted your time. Okay, but if you like to, okay, but before I move from here, note that with this method, nobody will attend to your questions, so you don't need to bother anybody. All right, then just do your trial and error, and then we hope to see you at the top, right? But if you like to ride on other people's sweat, okay, um, please follow me. Let me show you through the paid method. This method is the follow who no road method. Huh? And of course, you or some people that you know might have heard about marking ITCSE before, but probably gave up due to some frustrations while applying. So, if you like to follow a sure blueprint that guarantees application approval and invitation to mark, please follow me. It is one thing to get approval, it is another thing to get any invitation. So, all of those, we only delve into them in the paid method. All right, so I'd like to play a video for about some testimonies of
Okay, so let me show
uh,
some.
okay,
Um,
this let me use let me play it from my system here. Let me play it from my system. Okay.
okay, so let me show some amazing testimonies of what has been happening on our platform in this place here. Okay, so because of the security purpose, I won't be showing full names of these testifiers, all right, because examination marking is not something that exam bodies want their examiners to be um, everywhere on the internet, traceable, stuff like that. You know, there are code of conduct around this. So even though these are people that have gone through my mentorship and they've gotten amazing testimonies to share, I will be shading part of their names so that just to for security purpose. All right, so this one here, the part of his name. Okay, this Mr. Said actually came across my course. All right, someone who has already gotten approval for marking English language, but the issue was that he was wondering why he hasn't gotten invitation. I think is it 3 or 4 years or 2 years. Can't remember how long he said he has gotten the approval, but I was not getting invitation. But I just asked him, okay, I know the challenge. Just go through my course. You will see your picture clearer. And by the time he went through it, all right, this time I'm recording this video is already May 2025. He, all right, is among those that are marking currently. All right. So this is another testimony by Mr. Sahanu. Okay. You can see here it says, good evening house. Trust today has been eventful. Please rejoice with me after waiting for about 10 months post approval. All right. I finally got invited to mark chemistry yesterday. Okay. Now this somebody that is able to get it right. Okay. He got approval, and then within 10 months, this got me more than 2 years. Personally, I spent more than 2 years to get approval and to get invitation. But this somebody coming into going through my course, and within a space of 10 months, he's already counting, looking at how his millions of naira will be entering into his account. And you can see there he's saying, please follow all the instructions in Coach Simeon's videos. Okay. So that's another one there. Now let's check on. Okay, look at this person here. This person just shared his own testimony here too. I say I just want to share the good news with us. I got an invitation to mark in the June 2025 series. I join others who have gotten such invitation on this platform to wish the rest of us God's favor, divine attention in Jesus' name. Alright, so this person got invitation with okay, this is Mr. Shitu. Of course, I've said I will give the full name, but his name is Mr. Shitu, and he is, he's a colleague of mine. We worked together before, but when he saw my video, when he saw my course, he attended it, and then the invitation that he has gotten here has value of over 3 million naira. Okay, and okay, I think he was invited to mark. Is it business study, or economics, something like that? Let me see. Is it stated here? Okay, that part was not captured here. Alright. Okay, so let's share more testimony. So this is an English language teacher. Okay. Titi. Okay, this person's testimony is amazing. Okay, this is part 1 of her testimony. Okay, she said, I'm happy to share this on this platform. My invitation came this morning to March 2025 exam series. I've shared on the okay. Now what happened is that March variants are not usually for a very large community. It is majorly for Indian based people And so he expectedly, it's very difficult to get Nigerians to get approval in that for match variant, right? And then I've had so many English language teachers come to my DM and telling me stuff like they don't approve Nigerians to mark English language. I'm like, what? Are you serious at all? So this is one testimony to show that Nigerians, it doesn't matter where you are from, if they see that you are in qualification, you prove it to them through their the marking exercise that they ask you to mark. Why not? Why not? Why not? So all the people that used to say Nigerians are not allowed, I don't know. All right. So and now this person, the reason why I say this is part one of our testimonies. I wouldn't know if I'll be able to get that to the next testimony now. Before she finished marking this May March variant, she got another invitation for May June. So in all, she will be earning nothing less than about 7 million naira in 2025, and these are first year of marking. So these are people that came across my course within 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. They are getting it right. Okay. So there are so many testimonies here. I just visit my WhatsApp channel page to see testimonies for yourself. Okay, look at this testimony here too. Say, I heartily announce the receipt of my invitation to mark 2025 5G. Okay, this person, what subject is this? I started this journey around June last year. I applied for 4 subjects and was blessed with 3 rejections. I kept the hope up at the last. Alas, it came with an approval after following the leading of our able coach Simeon in less than a year. I have now been invited to mark. This is a beautiful beginning of. And you know what? This law that all these people have been giving, they are going to be repeatedly giving them that slot every year. Okay, so yes, this one too is English language. Okay, so I have many English language approval here in my network. Who is this person? This is somebody else. In this also English language. All right. Okay, so on our platform, invitation is a norm. Getting approval is a norm. In fact, I'm not showing screenshots of the application because now we have just too many of them. I'm giving updates in this video, testimonies of people that have been invited to mark, whose invitation are worth around 2 million, 3 million, 4 million for their first year. All these people, I started teaching this course March 2024. Within a space of less than a year, amazing testimony. And this is why I'm able to come across, push across to as many people that are willing. This is another English language invitation. Let me check on for more testimonies. Okay, this one is an approval. Okay. Okay. So last year, a friend introduced me to IGCSE marking, and I immediately made 2 applications, but they were rejected. So this person was doing it on his own, all right, using suffer-head method. I later saw the video advert on how to do it certainly. In September, I applied for 5 subjects, all right, and after the standardization test, 4 were placed on hold, but 2 have been registered. That means he has been approved. This person is also currently marking. It's also marking in May, June 2025. I think we'll get to his testimony. I think this is another version of his testimony. Greetings, thank God for his mercies and intervention. Got invitation to mark one of the approved subjects yesterday. All right. So after getting approval, the next thing is, how do you position yourself to get early invitation? These are the things we teach in this course. So it's the same person here. All right, let me just show 1 or 2 more testimonies. Okay. Okay. This is Miss Abiola. Alright, we are pleased to inform you that your application has been successful. Okay, this one is an approver. This one too is an approver. Is there any other invitation I would like to that I can share? Okay. Good afternoon. This person say good afternoon, sir. How has been your day? Thanks for the insight via the training. I wish I knew this before I started applying to Mac early last year. I'm happy that I now have the right knowledge to apply. The question I have is I wanted to apply to Mac Marine. Say okay. So this just testimony showing appreciation. This okay. This another invitation here. Hello everyone, I'm glad to inform you all that I got another invitation. Okay, it's the same Madam Titi that got invitation for March. This testimony to show that she got another invitation. Alright. So that's why I say you can be invited to mark twice, thrice in a year. And so imagine you getting that every year, 2, 3 times in a year. So let's say you are earning average of 7 to 10 million naira. Bro, you can build up your business, especially if you are in a place such as Nigeria. You can build up your business, pursue your passion. Alright. Okay, this one say I just got my invitation from Cambridge to mark this June exam series. Okay. Alright. Okay, I think this is a two approval that I'm sharing together. Another person here. Okay, the first person. Okay, the other person here is Madam Motura. You got invitation today. So, I think the word is enough for the wise. Approval is a normal thing. Invitation is a normal thing. If you can follow our blueprint guideline, all right. Okay. These kinds of invitation. Okay. So let me. Thank you very much for watching this part of our testimonies.
Okay. So you can see amazing testimony right there. So on this show me the way, how do you run it? With this method, you will have access to a comprehensive training program that will teach you all the application skills you need to succeed. In this, you will have access to a mentorship community. You will be guided and be able to ask questions from your coach and superiors, other people that have been in the business before you. You'll be able to have access to them. You will rub minds and all of that. Okay. So then you will have access to several bonuses and materials that you will aid your application and marking journey. Okay. So it's sure that your success rate will be faster. In with some of the things you will have access to your CV blueprint template, cover letter template, referencing template, with referencing the correct way and all of that. Okay. And you will get all that support. Okay. So they show me the way method. The training is called Making Money by Marking IGCSE. All right. And it is a comprehensive training program that will teach you the skills of applying to get approval with IGCSE. Okay, so what the training program helps you to achieve in this our follow who know the road method. You will have know how to construct your CV and other document to get approval using our free samples. You will know how to build your profile to get approval, how to make your profile so attractive that they will even invite you for vacancies you did not apply for. All right, we have a testimonies like that on our network too. What to do for your application not to be rejected, how to do your application using phone, okay, how to prepare and get your references for approval, okay. Now, you also know how to mark your script using phone, how to choose subject and get approval. All of these have their methodology, which will be showing. Then how to get early invitation. So those are all the details you'll be getting access to. Then how to use the approved examiner's dashboard. So as soon as you have been approved, you'll be given access to a particular dashboard. How do you make use of it? How do you make use of it? Then what else do you stand to gain? How to configure your account for receiving payment. Yes, 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 yes. That is very important. Then you can gain customized mentorship, community support, plus countless bonuses. So to gain access, you need to visit this website, https colon double forward slash pcmatng.com slash courses slash igcsc, or you can reach out to us on WhatsApp using this phone number +234 8168 052442, or use the link below this video. Okay, there's a link below this video you can use. Alert, alert, alert. Beware of scam. Beware of scam. Do not pay into any personal account. Okay? Contact us or visit our website to know the account to pay into. All right? And you can also contact us on WhatsApp, this number, to know the right account to use. Then you can send email using support@pcmatng.com, or simply visit our website. Then it's possible one of our affiliates share this video with you, and his link may not be exactly what link we are showing you here. And our affiliate links, we have this pcmatng.com slash courses slash igcsc. Then it will have slash ref slash their affiliate number. Okay, so this is an example of an affiliate number, a, not an exact affiliate number. So we are showing you all of this so that nobody will be able to scam you using our content. Okay. Now there are terms and conditions before you make payment. Number one, be ready and willing to follow instructions in the course and instructions for accessing the course. If you are not ready to do that, you may just stay off, because the main marking exercise comes with different instructions. So you need to learn to follow instructions from now. Then you should be ready to watch the training videos, because that's the first way to impact the skills and knowledge into you. So if you can't watch the videos, you are not qualified to make payment at all. So once you have access to it, sit down. huh? Maximum of 2.5 hours. Or for some people, because as they are watching, they are pausing the video to practicalize the steps. So maybe it may take a whole day and all of that. But I don't think that's too much. Say one sub, because it is a one time setup that you need. What are the terms and conditions? You should be ready to learn and be patient to grow as an online examiner. The opportunity for growth is high only if you can observe this. Of course, we say some people get approval within 1 week, 2 weeks, 2 months. Huh? But what if it is taken up to a year? What if you have not taken your time to understand it very well? Your patience is very important here. Hmm? And anybody who can spend 4 years or more in the university to acquire a degree but can't spend about a week to acquire a money making skill, man, that person doesn't deserve his PD. Then listen, money back guarantee is sure. You can request for you, of course, maximum assurance for getting value for your money, but you can get refund of your payment within 2 hours of payment and getting access to the training program. Okay, making payment means you are ready to follow instructions associated with the course. So, what is the condition for refund? You can only request for a refund if the content of the training is not the same with what we promise. to be taught. Okay, so all that we've been discussing since, if you log into your learning dashboard, you can't find this. It's not, or what you find there is different. Then you can request for a refund. And you can only request for a refund if the content of the training is not the same. Read it again. Please and please do well to follow us on Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, YouTube using this handle at PCMAT online. I'm happy you've come thus far. I'll be waiting to receive you at the other end of the course, where we'll mentor you through, where we'll guide you to succeed like other people that we've been mentoring. Thank you. God bless you.